I'm the founder and chairman of Development Channel. If I come to a meeting, you stand right away. If you find that to be too much for you, you get out of here. Respect is something you must learn. If you go to Asia, you see Asians, Japanese, Chinese. You will tell them it's okay. They will keep doing that. Respect. Whenever I see that stuff again, I come here and you are sitting down watching me. Think I'm here to entertain you. You've started me on a bad mood already. And that's why I don't like those BDMs. You need to give people orientation. This is information that most BDMs already know. And once you do that, you start me on the wrong foot. Why is it on the wrong foot? Because the information that I will give you today is probably worth more than $5,000. And I'm not going to charge you anything for it. So let's assume you didn't know. And get over that because I'm assuming that you don't know. But you should know. It's called respect. It's called give honor to whom it is due. It's the Bible. These are spiritual principles. If honor is due, give. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this hour. Bless your name for this opportunity to continue the journey that we have set up to do. Lord, it's a very long journey. And without you, we can't go. We can't start. We can't begin. We ask you, King of Kings, the author and the finisher, the one who is able to do all things, to come and be with us, Abba Father. Give us understanding. Understanding is what we keep praying you for, Lord, Abba Father. Understanding is what we're asking for. Give us understanding. Teach us something new. Open our eyes. Let's understand. Because when we understand, then we can profit. Our interest is in profitability. The way to the profitability is understanding. Without you, we cannot get understanding. Lord, therefore, help us. Let's understand. Be with us in this meeting. Let your name be glorified. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. All right, give it up to the Lord and take a seat. Understand this organization and then decide if you want to work here. I started telling you yesterday and I'm expanding even today. Our key thing here is discipline. I've said before, I've actually sent someone, one of our staff, Stephen, to the Army headquarters. And it's just for us to finish this, we're going to write officially. The Army headquarters already know our proposal that we want to work with the Army of Uganda to come and discipline Development Channel staff. You see, you just found that funny. I'm not kidding. We've already sent the message to the Army headquarters. They said, oh, that's a good idea. Please put it in writing. The only thing we haven't done yet is to follow up the writing. Is once we situate you here and you have started working, then the Army will come. They will come. They will drink. You work here. I'm telling you what. This place, there's no democracy here. This is called private sector. You don't have an opinion. They will come here, you will jump, you will lift, you will become disciplined. Because discipline is a principal thing that we're pushing. Every country, the measures something called GDP, gross domestic product. Every country, gross domestic product, GDP. That GDP is derived from the individual economic contributions of the citizens. So the citizens' individual economic contribution is what makes up the GDP of the country. And Ugandans are not contributing to Uganda's economy. Because you're lazy, you're not disciplined, you rather sleep than work. Every excuse in the world you will give it for not doing the work. Here, nothing like an excuse. There's no excuse. So I'm preparing your mind, my friend. All those things you're used to doing, you can't do them here. Most people will tell you, and mostly Americans that I know that know me, they will say, developing Africa is impossible. But Charles, Lambert, if he's leading it, then maybe it might work. They will tell you, if I'm the one spearheading, then maybe they can have a reconsideration that maybe now it will work. Why? I don't tolerate nonsense. I cannot set a target and not meet it. It's impossible. I can't say we're going to open a factory in Mbarara and then you ask me by Christmas, what about that factory thing? Well, we're working on it. Never. If we have to cut off your head, you're a hindrance, your head needs to be cut off. I guarantee you we'll cut off your head. Oh my God, you think I'm playing? Listen, I told you yesterday, everything is based on principle. The guy called Jonah. You've heard of Jonah? Is that his name? His name is what? Why are the Christians here, man? Jonah. Was it Jonah? Who's the guy that went to the belly of the fish? Yeah, Jonah, yes. These people were in a ship traveling somewhere. Some dude comes inside the ship, says his name is Jonah. They say, okay, you can come inside. All of a sudden, their trip became interrupted by one guy. And their ship was about to sink. Their destination was going to be cut off because of one guy. What did they do? They took him and threw him inside of bloody hell, threw him inside the ocean. We cannot have a destination and you are the reason we won't get there. It's impossible. The principle says, take the person and do what? Throw him inside the ocean. If we see it as a principle in God's word, that's exactly what we're going to do. Your sentiment, regardless of it. I'm telling you, if your head stands in the way to Mbarara, we'll cut it. There's a lot of sentiment in this country. Too much. Too much sentiment, tribe sentiment. My cousin, my family. Why? Can't you be professional? I don't do, listen, me, if you like be my mother, I will fire you from here. Try and be a professional. Don't be sentimental. Oh, he's from my tribe. He's from my community. Nonsense. How does that help you? And Uganda is full of that. Full of it. Full of sentiment, tribalism, emotional decisions. Decisions that have nothing to do with something that can help your life. Don't bring that here. You see, we're laying you the foundation. Don't bring that here. Because if you bring that here, we're going to fail. And we can't fail. We can't. So instead of us to fail, we'll throw you overboard quickly. When we say economic war, it's not a joke. You will still understand it. America has hit some tariffs right now. BMW has increased the price of all their products going to China because of the economic war between the U.S. and China. America has a deficit with China of $100 billion. They want to cut it down. That means $100 billion more of America's money is going to China. Like America and China are in a business relationship, and the money coming in and out, America is $100 billion less, so they're not happy. They say, no, we want to cut this thing and cut it so that part of that $100 billion stays in America. That's called economic war. The problem with this continent is that nobody cares about the place. It's the only place in the world nobody cares about. The people that live in it don't care. People that come up from abroad don't care. Nobody cares about Africa. Which is very foolish. Because if you don't care about Africa, you live here. If you like, run to the UK, run to America. You're still going to come back here one day, either through your children. You're an African. So when we say $200 billion live here and go and develop other countries, it should worry you. Why should it worry you? Your children are they will grow up. What job are they going to do if money keeps flying overseas? I don't understand why Africans are selfish. I don't understand. Like, you're foolish in your selfishness. You're foolish. You're like, it doesn't concern me. No, it concerns you. It concerns you because unemployment right now in Uganda is 70%. It concerns you because we're not seeing any new houses being erected, new apartments for people to live. We're not seeing. New construction of housing estates, new factory for, we're not seeing. I live in Uganda now. I don't see. There's nothing I'm seeing. It should concern you. And if it should concern you, then you must be disciplined to achieve the objective that we have set here. One for yourself, for your family, for your community, for your country, and for your continent. You have to start caring about your own, like your community, your country. You need to start being a bit concerned. Why? Because it's going to come back and bite you. If you say it's not your business, it will be your business tomorrow. Today, we're going to talk about market penetration again. But I'm going to teach you something I created about, 12 years ago maybe. Market penetration, like we mentioned from yesterday. If we're able to penetrate the market, then we're able to redirect the revenue. Like we said, 200 billion is going out. Our interest is the 30 billion that goes out through mobile devices. It's a lot of money, my friend. Our interest is that 30 billion. It means we want to take it. Simple. Tell somebody, we want to take 30 billion every year. Tell someone like you're serious. We want to take $30 billion. How often? Every year. For how long? As long as human beings are using phone in Africa. $30 billion is our first target every year. People that have such targets don't sleep, my friend. They're not lazy. And in this company, if you get 30, even if you get only 3 billion out of that 30 billion, your life will transform, because I, Charles Lambert, I'm not interested in the money, unfortunately. Most of you don't know me. Ask people who are a bit closer. I don't care. I don't do it for money. I do it for the art. The art. You see, that's where I am now. Because I've had too much money in my life. So I no longer do this for money. I do it for just the pure art of seeing it happen. And that's a very difficult person to compete with, because I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it for the art of it, just the fun. Just the fun of, I'm going to destroy Samsung, destroy Netflix, destroy Infinix, all of that. I'm going to destroy all of that. That fun is why I do it. You can't do it for fun because you're broke. So you do it first for what? You do for money. After a while, you can get to where I am, where it's not about the money anymore. Yeah, you don't need to pretend and say, oh no, I don't do it for money. You're a broke person, you need to do it for money. So we have to seize that money, my friend. At $200 billion. I'm so interested in that money. It's 203 billion actually. We have to seize it, and we're going to seize it. You already heard that yesterday, through market penetration. So today I want to be more technical, so you need to pay attention. And I hope you're recording. I'm going to teach you something called 3 keys to effective persuasion. The 3 keys to effective persuasion. Because remember, you're going to persuade from tomorrow. From tomorrow, your job is to start persuading. And remember, we're going to have 50,000 people persuading on the phone. We have very hardcore strategy. Me, I don't shift my strategy. I don't shift. If you hear that thing yesterday, you will hear it next month. You will hear it in December. I'm the most consistent person you could ever meet. I say the same thing. 10 years from now, you're going to hear the same thing from me. And our game plan is 50,000 people are going to be on the phone. We're going to reach 1 million people every hour. And if we have 500,000, 50% conversion per hour, we're talking about 500,000 conversions per hour. Very aggressive. Worst case scenario, we'll see 1 million conversions per day. One, we come with innovative solutions. So the product is monopoly on its own. Everything will make sense with you with time. We are monopolists by innovation. We're not monopolists by somebody banning something on our behalf. That's why I have a problem with Dangote. People don't understand it. They say, why you like Dangote? I have a problem with him. And my problem with Dangote is very simple. The Nigerian government will ban fertilizer or ban cement or ban whatever. Then only Dangote will have the license to bring that in for 200 million people. Then he will make a lot of money. Then the whole world says he's the richest person in Africa. My friend, I don't want that kind of richest person. Be richest person because you are smarter than all of us. Be richest person because you are innovative. Be richest person because you have good ideas and you can drive a business. Not because the government aided you by banning every other importer and put you alone in charge. So I'm going to personally compete with Dangote. I've said that a long time ago. He's Africa's richest man. I'm going to take him down. It's fair trade. It's called capitalism. We're going to engage each other. And I'm engaging him because I'm not happy with that kind of system. I'm not happy with such thing. Dangote was made the chairman of Nigerian Stock Exchange. As the chairman of Nigerian Stock Exchange, a lot of Nigerians invested money from all over the world. Then the Nigerian stock market crashed. Then Dangote resigned as chairman of the stock exchange, and then 6 months later, he became the richest person in Africa. This is the kind of game they're playing in this continent. How does somebody who owns 5 or 6 public companies now become the chairman of the stock exchange? How? So, yeah, it's a personal beef. We're going to take him down. Come on, are you joking? We're going to take him down. Who is he? Look at what, listen, David looked at Goliath. He said, this uncircumcised Philistine, you're going to fall down here today. Listen, look at this small boy. He took one little arrow. He called innovation. He's got what? Took one innovation, hit him on the forehead. What happened? That's how Dangote will come to. Three keys to effective persuasion. For you to effectively persuade someone. These are the 3 keys to it. I created this a long time ago. It's very effective. It works wonders. If you understand it, follow it every time you're persuaded. Every time. It works whatever. If you're preaching the gospel, it works. If you're preaching about UPAP, it works. If you're preaching about ACPA, it works. If you're even preaching politics, it works. 3 keys to effective persuasion. What is it called? 3 keys to effective persuasion is called PAP. It's called what? I can't hear you. It's called PAP. P-A-P. And the full thing is premise, angle, and point. The 3 keys to effective persuasion. Premise, what? Angle, and what? And point. Premise, angle, and point. Every time you're trying to persuade, even your wife, you want to persuade your wife to join you to move to another town from Kampala, follow this principle. When we were first signing up the Ugandan celebrities, some people wonder how do we sign. We didn't sign those people with money, for your information. Most of you think we gave them money, a lot of money. I think they like that image to themselves. It had nothing to do with money. These people came to my office, those celebrities, they were 10, 15. In fact, they actually came hating me because they were told to go to his office, you have to remove your shoe. They say, what? Remove your shoe. They say, yeah, you must move your shoe. Because truly, my office is all patient rock. You can't come in there with your shoe, my friend. So now they come inside my office. They were very angry. Who is he? Why should we take off our shoe for this guy? So when we finished going through the whole process of the economic war, when I finished talking to them, all of them signed up right there. Then the ones that were not there now heard from the ones that were there, like, go and listen to that man. The other set came again on their own, like what? All of them signed up again. Money had nothing to do with it. Then one of them, Salvador, actually, I'll call his name, came to me and said, how are you able to persuade all of us to join you in this war? He said, I can't believe how you were able to persuade all of us. And I just smiled. I didn't answer him. But I'm answering you today. Premise what? I can't hear you. Premise, angle, and point. It's very effective. During the 2008 election for Barack Obama, I went to Texas, the worst place to go and talk about Obama. I will speak there, Texas will say, wow, actually, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. They will start buying my idea of voting for Barack. Why? Some people are slow. I've already told you why, and you're not catching up. Why? I'm giving you different examples. Celebrities here going, how are you able to convince all of us into this? And most of you think foolishly it had to do with money. Most of them have not been paid. Some of them have not been paid till today. Paid. They've not been paid. Yet you see them every event, they will come there, everything we're doing, they're there. They've not been paid, some of them. I'm telling you the truth. Premise, angle, and point. Learn it today. There's nobody. In fact, there's one time I told the Lord in my prayer, I said, God, I think you're just making this drama last too long. Give me Satan himself. Let me and him have a conversation. I guarantee you I'll give him up to the Holy Spirit. He'll give his life to Christ. I said that to the Lord. I said, I think you're intentionally dragging this thing out. I told God that. I said, give me Satan. By the time I finish with him, he will give his life all over. He said, I repent, all the angels come, follow me back there. Premise, angle, and what? 3 keys to what? Effective persuasion. You can persuade anybody, my friend, if you understand the skill to persuade. I have a lot of stories to tell you about persuasion, but I will save us because the time is flying. And it's a long day. But I have a lot of stories of persuasion. I persuade anything. Anything. In fact, you can be armed robbers, and of course I don't pray for that. You can be armed robbers, come to my house, and I will persuade you. All of you. People that know me are here, my friend. Lift your hand if what I'm saying is a fact to you. Yeah. You can be, I will persuade all. Go hands down. I will tell the armed robbers what to not do from now going forward. This is how you're going to live your life going. It's okay, sir. In the whole of this journey we're doing, if you can just capture 20% of what God has put inside me, your life will be beautiful. I guarantee you that. If you can just capture what the Lord has trained and put in me, 20%. Three keys to effective pursuit. Capture this one. Some of you might go into politics tomorrow. Some of you might do something else. Some of you will need this understanding throughout your life. You're going to have to persuade somebody, whether you like it or not. Some idiots say things in Uganda here. They say, I don't do marketing. When I hear people say that, I think you're the most stupid person ever. Yes, listen, Barack Obama, to become president, he had to do what? Marketing. Dr. King, Martin Luther King, to become Dr. King with I Have a Dream speech and the whole world gave him Nobel Peace Prize. He had to do what? That is called market. You're persuading people. Gandhi, to save India from British exploitation, he had to do what? He had to persuade people. What are you talking about? It's an idiot who says, I don't do marketing. That means you should die. Because you're going to be persuaded. You need letter from one place that will delay you. You have to persuade the lady there. Hey, please help me with this letter. It's called what? You're still marketing. Don't ever join that league of people who say, I don't do marketing. What do you mean? You must be selling something, my friend. Either you're selling or they're selling to you. Hello? Either you're selling or what? Or they're selling to you. Three keys to effective persuasion. Learn this, my friend. Learn it. How to persuade. They said Kenyans are very stingy people. Kenyans don't give. Kenyans don't part with their money. Without planning for an event, I spoke in a hotel in Kenya. I've forgotten the name of the hotel. It's like their best hotel. I've forgotten the name. Who remembers the name of that hotel? Where's Lawrence? Whatever. Well, I spoke in a hotel in Kenya. It was about maybe 200 people there. I finished speaking. I said, okay, thank you very much. Bye. I'm about to leave. People started coming to where I was started coming in front there with money. They said, how do I support this thing you're doing? Here's $1. People were there. People that were in Kenya with me are here now. I don't tell stories. In a country, they say nobody, they don't part with their money. They started coming to me and say, I didn't ask them for money. They said, how do I support? Here's my money. Here's $1. I want to support this thing you're talking about. In Kenya. I spoke in South Sudan. No product. None. No tablet anywhere. The only problem the staff had in the office after I spoke in South Sudan was counting money. Their problem was how to count the money. They would be there counting. Nigeria, the northern part, don't listen to anybody from the southern part, especially if you're Igbo. They don't listen to you. People in the north, Boko Haram, that area, they are Muslim. They don't want to hear anything about development from the south. They don't want those ideas. They cut themselves completely away. I went there to the heart of the northern Nigeria called Kaduna. I spoke there. We couldn't contain the money. In fact, I spoke in Kaduna. From Kaduna, they opened branches for this company in 17 northern states. Lift your hand if what I'm saying you know about it, please. Hands down. Again, I'm trying to make you understand the power of effective communication. Look how far I've taken you. Kenya, America. The same thing works everywhere. Learn it. It will be very useful to you. Understand it when I explain it. Pay attention. You need it on the phone from tomorrow. 3 keys to effective persuasion. Number 1 is what? Premise. Premise means let your communication begin with an area of mutual agreement. let your communication to whoever start from an area of mutual agreement. Don't bring up that thing you want to sell. No. Bring up something that has mutual agreement with the person. For instance, child care we're talking about now. Our program now is remember, our first campaign is ACPA, 5 million children. Once we're done with that, we'll move into TRS. When we move to TRS, that's when the real thing has started. ACPA is our last charity type of initiative. But it's critical, it's important. Once we're done with it, we move to the real business. This organization, we're going to set up, I think you've heard it from some people, hear it from me. We're going to have Wall Street, our own Wall Street tied to these two buildings. I've said it before, Africa's money will start revolving around Kampala. When Africa's money begins revolving around here, I'm going to make it happen. Just be patient and keep following. When Africa's money starts revolving around here, then African leaders in terms of government will start coming here. Then hopefully at that point we will help that the president himself will start dealing with them and telling them what we're interested in across Africa. Enabling environment for private sector to make a difference. So you need to follow the game and you need to update yourself with information. You need to grow in your knowledge because the game is very sophisticated. It's not for children. This company has one card called the flow card. You will see it in other companies on the wall. This flow card, I created it. It will unite all Africa's economy. We'll be here. When we introduce that card, people start to pick up the card all across Africa. We will pack the whole Africa's 1.2 billion into one economic system with one card. Just watch me. That integration of Africa's economy, which everyone says is critical to bring about development, we have a solution to make it a reality. The game is very advanced. Very. I'm telling you. If you see me here, you should know it's advanced. If the game was UPAP, I won't come. I will send, I have people, I have boys, well-trained. They can come here and do UPAP. If you see me here, know this thing is way above anything you can think or imagine. And I'm saying that to you so that your mind can start opening. You can't be working with me and your mind is so tiny. You need to start expanding it. The premise, establish mutual agreement. For instance, ACPA, you say to a parent, don't you agree that you agree with me that it is about time that African children have the same benefits that those in the UK and others have? Every parent will say, yes. You don't go telling the parent, oh, there's this tablet. If you buy this tablet, that's not how to communicate. And that's how all of you communicate. There's this tablet. If you buy the tablet, your child will be getting money every month. Nonsense. That cannot persuade anybody that has an intelligence. What do you mean I buy a tablet, I get money? Are you crazy? You're a scam. Then you start hearing that word. What causes that word to this company is you people, not me. Because I present properly. You see where that is coming. You see what it's about. You don't near put the word scam if I make a presentation. But you are the reason why they bring up scam. Because you go out there and you say, you buy this tablet and you start getting money every month. So I want to teach you today how to talk. Because if you talk like that on the phone, people will hang up on you. They'll call you fraud. Before we know it, all the numbers we have here will be blacklisted in, what's that thing called? Where's Lawrence? You should be helping me. Truecaller, yes. They will now go and blacklist our number in Truecaller as fraud.
It's very easy to do. If you start calling and saying that rubbish, you people that say, this is a fraud, these people call me, they're fraudulent numbers. Then people start saying, that's a fraud. When you not call, you see somebody say, it's a scam. And then, because of your poor communication. And that poor communication we can have. Remember, we're going to monitor your calls. So. And any of you who thinks you're good enough to be BDM, show yourself strong in your team. Because we don't like the BDMs. Most of them we don't like. I can tell you for free. They are placeholders. We just kept them there until we get the team. Then we now look for who is manager. You must have integrity to work here, my friend. We have reports right now of those BDMs taking money from people and giving them fake receipts. And you work in development channel and you bring that kind of corrupt, negative, very devilish attitude here. Now, can you imagine you take someone's money and give the person a fake receipt? Somebody's hard-earned 700,000 shillings, 750, 800. You took it from the person and gave them a fake receipt. That's what half of those beads. So a lot of them is a racket they've been doing. I don't have time for that. So understand that we're looking for the managers. We don't know who they are. Now that we have all of you here, understand that each team we're going to observe, see who has strong managerial ability, who has integrity, who's God-fearing, my friend. You're going to die. So why can't you live your life knowing that you're going to die? You're destined to die. Your life is going to end up in the grave. So why steal? Why gather? Why buy 20 houses? Why? When you're going to die. Like I always say, if I will live forever, I will be very selfish. I'll buy this house, buy another one, buy that one, because I will live forever. But I'm not going to live forever. So what is the point? What is the point of stealing somebody 750,000 and give them a fake receipt? So understand that we don't like all these people you're seeing in so-called management. I want you to understand we don't like them. We're going to review and know who we're putting the money. They are just placeholders. I'm the one that said it. Anybody who has no integrity cannot come close to me. I can't even associate myself with you. Not because of what people will say. Me, I don't care about people. See me, I'm one of those customs. I don't care what somebody says. I care about what God says. I don't want to be a good guy to you. Who cares about your opinion? My only person I care about is this one. The one that said, this is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased. I want him to say he's pleased with me. So I don't associate with integrity. Someone who doesn't have it, get out. Please don't bring that thing here. I beg of you. The reason I beg of you is what will follow you spiritually. You don't know me. Ask around. My anointing comes from the throne of grace. Like mine drops directly from God. And you will find out here. You do those things, watch. Car accident, I release upon all those people stealing people's money. Oh yeah. I release them, car accident. Anybody who is involved, car accident. Start hearing the story now. Everybody who is involved, except my name is not Charles Lambert. I decree car accident all over you in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Start hearing the testimony now. Mm-hmm. 3 keys to effective persuasion. Number 1, premise, point of mutual agreement. For instance, when I was campaigning for Obama in America, in Texas, where they hate him, where they hate anything Democrat or black or that, I will say to them, you will agree with me that Bush invasion of Iraq, because then Bush was about to leave office, that Bush invading Iraq and Afghanistan has tarnished America's image abroad. And people abroad now see America as a racist country that will invade black people and brown people. They say, yeah. It has tarnished America's image. Then I will say, well, you'll agree with me that if America can just show a different picture of maybe somebody who is not white, maybe a black, brown, something, the world will embrace America more. They say, yeah, that would work very fast. I said, now you vote for who? So you find the points of mutual agreement. They will agree. They won't know where you're going with them. You just start agreeing. Yeah, you agree with me that if we did this, yes, I agree. You agree here? Yes, I agree. You agree there? Yes. Then you tell the parent, you agree with me? If there is some support of any time, like even if it's 100,000, 50,000 coming to help you with the kid, that will be very good. Yes, that will be very good. Establish points of mutual agreement with the person you're persuading. Establish something that you can share. Let them agree with you. Establish something that you can share. Let them find a place of mutual ground. Like, don't ever start a persuasion with something controversial. No. Hey, I want to tell you about this tablet. That's controversial. Why is it controversial? What tablet? What's the make? Who manufactured? Too much information there. What brand? Let me send you the picture. You have lost the client. Mutual agreement. Always aim for mutual agreement. Something both of you can be on the same page. A place of no argument. You agree with me that children these days are becoming too expensive to maintain? The parent will say what? No controversy there. You agree with me that children fees, they can just jump on you from nowhere sometimes, and then difficulties, it gives you high blood pressure. Yeah, my sister, life is, you see, they're on the same page. The person you're talking to is in a different country, but all of a sudden they think that both of you are now what? Brothers and sisters. Because you understand what they're doing, what they're going through. Premise is the most important part of the 3 steps, actually. That's why I'm spending so much time on it. Come, agree. Find 2, 3, 4 things you will agree with that person before you try to persuade them. Just be on the same page with them. 3 or 4 areas. When I went to northern Nigeria, which people found too shocking, the first time they said I should be president of Nigeria was in northern Nigeria, actually, which is funny. The North, they will never vote for a Christian. It's impossible. The first time people said, how about he should run for president? He was actually in the North. Why was I able to persuade people in the North? This thing is I'm telling you about persuading the North is a big deal. You can't do that in Nigeria. Go to northern Nigeria and go and influence all the 17 states. Who are you? What did I do? Simply, I will go to northern Nigeria and I will hold rallies, thousands of people. And all I will say is our mutual problems as Nigerians. Our what? So when I talk about the mutual problems, they do what? They agree. Another mutual problem, they what? They agree. And so they stop seeing the fact that I'm Christian, I'm from the South. They start seeing that we actually have a lot in what? So it was easy to persuade those people. Too easy, actually. So I refuse to focus on the division. I focus on what is it that we have in common. What are the problems that we share together? So all I talk about is those things that we share together. So they didn't care about me being Christian or being from the South. They didn't care. In fact, in the height of Boko Haram, we had an office in Boronu. Boronu is where the Boko Haram headquarters is. We also had an office there. Protected by the community. Our office is protected by the people that are from there. The Muslim people, they're the ones protecting our own office. Three keys to effective premise is so important. It takes time. Premise takes time. But spend that time. It's worth it. Don't be in a hurry to jump into how much does the tablet cost. Buy the tablet. Don't be in a hurry. Spend time on what does not concern even that tablet. Talk to that person about their personal struggles raising their child. Who has learned something so far? Good. Hands down. Now, when you establish the premise, immediately you go to what is called the angle. The angle means benefit. Benefit. Right away. You just hit benefit. Again, when you're structuring a pitch, because I want to see people structure pitch by yourself, especially in your teams. Let's know who is actually clever here. When you structure a pitch, make sure the pitch follows this same direction. Remember, we have a capacity with this setup to make $50 million per day. Don't forget what I said yesterday. I don't talk carelessly. We have the capacity to make $50 million every day. We have the capacity. What I want you to do is to have the skill and the diligence. The skill I'm imparting with these trainings, the diligence you have to do by yourself. After the premise, you hit them with the angle. Benefits. Because now you're talking to that woman about her children. So you're talking about how difficult it is to raise children, how expensive it has become, how the school fees thing will come from nowhere and it's so difficult, how parents overseas are getting help, children there are being supported, and there's no support to help parents here. You and that person are in the same agreement that, yeah, this is the reality. Right away, then you switch to, actually, there's an opportunity that can be giving you $30 every month to support your child. Really? Yeah. Actually, not just that, you also get $50 every Christmas. Not just that, you also get... Now, this person has agreed with you already on so many different, 3 or 4 different points. They're already in agreement. So now they've opened themselves up to your persuasion because of the agreement. So if you don't get the agreement, they will not open themselves up to persuasion. So once they open themselves up, you hit them with the benefits. Benefit, benefit, benefit. That's why it's called premise, angle. The angle is benefit. Premise, angle. How you going to approach? You're going to hit this lady with benefit. That premise period, you get to understand. It's a 3-minute call you're making. 3 minutes is a long time. Never, ever, ever try to persuade without being in. In fact, let me tell you how I behave. If the person does not agree with me, I will keep finding until you agree. I can't move to benefit except premise is established. I can't. If I come here now, let's say I want to persuade all of you, and I come and say this to you, and I notice that you didn't buy into that, I'll say another thing again. I will keep pushing till I find where all of us are going to agree with each other. Once I found you there, I'll find one more or two more. Then all of you are now like, yeah, I agree with him. Everything he says makes sense. Then I hit you with what it is I want you to do. Who is feeling scaled now? Who is feeling like they have a scale? If you're not, don't lift your hand. If you're feeling, I have a scale, I feel like I have a scale now, let's see your hand. And that for your information, we kneel people down here. I mentioned this, we do, that's a part of our culture. Again, if you don't like it, we kneel you down. It's not, in fact, I kneel and I ask you to lift your hand. So I'm explaining everything. See, camera is here. Witness. We kneel down. If you don't like it, don't come back tomorrow. Because I'm seeing some lady there, I'm asking who is skilled, and she's just lying there thinking that me and her are friends. I will jump on you and I'll kneel you down. There's nothing you're going to do. We don't kneel you down out of arrogance, no, to show off. No, for what? Show off to you, for who are you? We kneel you down to discipline you. Like for you, everyone to understand that we're not joking around here. We're very serious. So if you don't want to be knelt down, behave properly. If I notice you're not, I'm going to come to you, I'm going to kneel you down. The worst part, I'm actually physically assault you. Go and report me to police, no problem. We'll deal with that later. But I will assault you here, physically. And I'm warning you now, this is my environment. Here, it's my environment. We want discipline here on the highest frequency. No African attitude, none of that mess. Now, once you have hit them with the benefits, then you hit the point. That's the only point you mentioned the word tablet. Because now you have to say, why? How do I get those benefits? Oh, let me tell you how you're going to get these benefits. Then you explain the tablet. The tablet is the last thing that should come out of your mouth. Not the first thing. If you do that the first thing, you're a lazy, unskilled communicator. You have to be hardworking enough to spend the time. To spend the time. Look at my trainings. They're always very exhausted. When I finish, I'm tired and worn out. Because I take my time to make sure that that's why I say listen to the audio. Go play it again. I take my time to exhaust the information. The same way you're talking to the client. Give them something they can run home with. I don't care whether it's only $40,000 they're paying you. Respect the client and give them proper information. So the premise, angle, and point are the key ways to effective persuade. If you follow that process, you will effectively persuade anybody. When we still had time to talk to women when I was younger, I mean, I don't do that anymore. Huh? Yeah, we don't do that anymore. Talk to women at this it's come. Huh? When we were still in the business of trying to convince a chick to date you or whatever, it was too easy for someone like me. Too easy. Because I will come at you with a point of mutual understanding. Hey, I love you. Your hair is so beautiful. Ah, thank you. See, guys don't do that, so they don't get the chicks. A lot of men find it hard to compliment women. They think if they compliment the girl, she becomes arrogant. Very stupid. Compliment her, she falls. Ah, lovely shoes. By the time you praise her hair, praise her shoe, huh? Then she talks, you're like, you're so intelligent. That chick is finished, my friend. Why? Because you are hitting her at the point of mutual agreement. She thinks her hair is beautiful. Hello? Does she not? She thinks her hair is beautiful. She thinks her shoe is lovely. No one has told her the whole day. You're the one that just came and told her. You have won the whole day. Always find premise. Always find premise. You can never lose. Find the premise. Find the premise. Find the premise. Remember the first time I went to California? So I'd never been to California, and people like me, some of you are around my age or late 30s, we grew up listening to hip hop. And I was a hip-hop addict, my friend. I was hip-hop. So when I got to California, I'm like, hey, I want to go to the jungle. Because every time I listen to hip-hop and the rap, every time it's about the jungle. So I got to California, Los Angeles. I said, I want to go to the jungle. It's just a neighborhood, but very bad. No police goes there, no army. America has forgotten the area. If you go there, they shoot you. It's terrible. Full of gangs. No police doesn't go there. Understand what I'm telling you? It's a neighborhood in Los Angeles. Nobody goes there. Nobody. So I said, I want to go here. I want to go. I've heard too much about it. So there's a doctor that I had helped, a PhD holder. I had helped her with some issue with her PhD then. So she told me, oh, yeah, California. Come, I'll take you. So she organized people to take me and drop me at just the beginning of the neighborhood. Yeah, they can't go inside. They said, oh, you're on your own. So they dropped me at the beginning of the neighborhood. I said, okay, thanks. All right, buddy. I started going inside the neighborhood, bouncing with my boots. Then I started noticing that some niggas were just in front of the people, are just staring at me. Like, why is this person walking? Just because I'm walking on the street. People are wearing, people are coming out, people are just looking, people keep coming out here. Doors are opening, people are peeping. Why? Who is this? Why is he walking? I target about 15, 16 young guys I saw just at the back of somewhere. They had drinks, they have weed, they are smoking, they are doing whatever. I went straight inside those 16, 17 people. Right away, I made sure that my accent, I had no accent, American or British or anything. I sounded as African as Kinta Kunte. And I said to them that I'm just a guy who came from the motherland. They like to use that word, black Americans. What? Motherland. They're referring to where? Africa. I said, I'm just a guy who came from the motherland. And I'm just in a hurry to meet my brothers and sisters. And some white people told me to come here. Are you seeing my game? I have played motherland. I have played white people. Huh? So now what happened? I have two areas of mutual word. So those niggas were like, hey, bro, you're welcome, man. Sit down. Or you want to drink? I stayed the whole weekend in the jungle. Every house party, they took me. Everywhere they were going, they took me. Whatever they wanted to do, they gave me drink. They gave me that. They gave me this and that. People's houses, they will show me. Snoop, you grew up here before he moved out. Dr. Dre used to live here before he moved. This one, Tupac, stayed here for some time. Before they were showing me the whole thing I wanted to see. Keys to effective persuasion. Everyone that heard I went to the jungle and can spend the weekend, till today, some people don't believe it. Why? I can't hear. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Learn this thing. It's so effective. You can navigate your way out of anything with it. Anything. In fact, Judgment Day, God might want to put you in hell. You're like, no, I want to talk. And you will stand there and persuade him to change his mind. If you can learn this skill. He's a foolish one that goes, Madam, I want to talk to you about this, our company called Development Channel. Nobody wants to hear that. You don't start a conversation saying, our company called Development Channel, we have a program that is going to, hey, sorry, I'm not interested in your company and what you're talking about. Click. Why should they be interested in your company? These people have life. They have children to take care of. They have jobs to go. They don't want to know about your company. Nobody wants to hear that. My company, they were calling you because my company has a program. Nobody wants to hear that. Start from premise. Madam, how are you today? Well, we're talking about the issue of African children and how parents are suffering. Not about your company. Don't talk about your company. You can imagine I went to the jungle and I told those guys, hey, I'm here to learn about Snoop and the jungle. Huh? My friend, I would have been dead a long time ago. You can't say that. Who has learned something? Hands down. 3 keys to effective persuasion. It will work for you in, not just about this call center, anything. But the call center is the most important one because you're about to be making $1 million shillings every day here. Ambrose, when they finish building that thing, we need to have a massive board. We'll put pictures of those who are making $1 million shillings. We'll keep putting your picture there. Then we'll start separating the wheat from the chaff. Oh, yeah. We'll separate until we have people who are what we're talking about. Right now is, okay, come as you are. Oh, yeah. We'll soon start. We're now putting up a management structure. We're going to start doing proper interviews, proper training, proper inside the assessment of the person applying for the job. We just finished setting up, my friend. You will see proper organizational stuff here. I do A things. A. If it's not A, I haven't done it yet. I'm just keeping it there waiting for when I'm going to do it. We will run here like a proper corporation that can compete with anything America has. We're not setting up to compete with some Ugandan company. Are you joking? The only African person I have in sight is Dangote, and that was just a personal thing. When I knock him out of the way, I forgot about African businesses. Oh, yeah, I have to knock him. Are you joking? Dangote, I have to take him out. That's the only way I'm going to be able to speak. Unfortunately. Huh? We're going to take him out. We will run it where we can compete with who is who. The other day I told you, I think I was on NTV here, and I mentioned the fact that Google, their balance sheet, let me tell you the real figure of Google, is $856 billion. How much? That is the value of Google. Uganda, as a country, the government hold is $4 billion. The fine Google paid, they paid a fine because of a monopolistic thing that they created, which I don't even know why they should fine them for that, but they fined them for it. For Android, they created Android, and Android is what they used to run all the mobile phones in the world, and 80% of mobile phones run on Android. And they had to fine them. They said he helped them to monopolize the market. They fined them $5 billion. The money they fined them is Uganda's entire money for the year. A company paid it. A company paid $5 billion. That's 5 years. South Sudan, that's 5 years their revenue. Yeah, it's this South Sudan that's killing each other because of oil. That thing that killing each other for. And people are dying, people are refugees, people are running away, people are throwing food from the air. That fight with South Sudan and people are dying, Google paid it as a fine 5 times over. So those are the kind of people who want to compete with, my friend. Google. Yeah. And if you can match me around 40, if you can just be like me 40%, but we'll take out Google. What is Google? Google only has one thing going on, then they blew it to everywhere. I see their strategy. Revenue-wise, this company can dump Google. If only we have a workforce that can be like me in their mind. We have 25 companies, my friend. We have an entire African continent of 1.2 billion people. Are you joking? Our revenue is limitless. Limitless revenue. Something is called too much money. That's what we have going on here. It will beat Google. The only way it won't beat Google is that you people are not efficient and we have a very bad team here, which I will not let happen anyway. I mentioned Dangote because that's what you know. My eye is not on Dangote. I will tell you the sincere truth. My eye is on Google, Facebook, Apple, major corporations I want to compete with. What is Dangote? How much does he make? For your information, if you go to California, not the part of California I'm talking about, California has 2 parts. The San Francisco area, the Silicon Valley, where people are creating, innovating. People like you working in Google have homes worth $3 million. People like who? Not the chairman of Google. Or the Sage Bright, not the founder. No. Who? The worker, the staff. Some have houses, $2 million, one person. Cisco, Apple, all the innovative high-tech companies, that's the kind of money they make. That's the kind of money their staff make. The only reason why it's shocking to you is that nobody has ever come and told you. Nobody has come from America like me to come and tell you. You're hearing from one motherfucker who said, if it sounds too good, he's a hoax. I don't think that guy has traveled out of this country before. Too many things have been very good and they're not a hoax and they're true. Huh? Are you joking? Some people created WhatsApp. Somebody bought and gave them how much? How much? 19 billion. So imagine all the employees that were carrying the WhatsApp when they were creating it and putting it together. And imagine their life after they got the 19 billion. Imagine what happened to those people that are working there. There's somebody here who is supposed to be a leader in your business community says, if it's too good to be true, it's a hoax. That's a foolish person. His mind is retarded. You're going to see how we're going to. One company, you will see. We will transform this country, my friend. Build road here. We have a road construction thing. We have an app for road construction. You will see how road will be constructed all over Uganda. Then you start wondering what? How? This thing was a problem for the past. How is it happening that roads are just being... You won't understand. It's called innovation. This is the only country I've been to in my life where the people who live here think what they know is all that exists in the world. Huh? Ugandans think what they know is what? That's it. That's it. My friend, what you know is just an insignificant portion of the knowledge on earth. Go to America. With all Americans know, they want to learn from the Japanese. They will tell you, Japanese are too clever. Americans will be flying to Tokyo, trying to understand why Japanese are so know much more than they do. Or in one area, Japanese are smarter than they try to learn from Japanese. Americans, they try to learn from Chinese. They are constantly trying to learn from somebody else. You come to Uganda. That one, their father told them, that's it. Meanwhile, your father is an illiterate. What school did he go to? What does he know? I like my father. He's 80 years old. My father stopped telling me anything from when I was about 13. He stopped telling me. He only mentions once in a while. Why? The high school I was taken by the federal government of Nigeria, because I was a very smart kid, so the government gave me scholarship into the best high school in Nigeria as a kid. Immediately I went to that high school, came back because it's a boarding school, came back the first year. My father knew that at 13, what I was exposed to was already higher than who? Than him. So he stopped talking. And you're quoting your father, who was probably a mechanic or a carpenter, or somebody who doesn't know anything. Be open to knowledge. It's something you will keep grabbing till the day you die. There's no end to it. Look at me now. I'm going to set up Wall Street here. Why? Because of what I know. And you start seeing stock shares, Global Africa, transmitted here, companies who were sponsoring, they have stock. You will see what they're going to do here. And you'll be here brokering deals. Well, not all of you. I guarantee you half of you will not even be here by then. We will pick the best. We will start advertising this job in the UK when we're a bit more established. We will advertise this job in America. Africans in diaspora will start flying here to work here. You have serious competition coming. I'm not joking. Why? The project cannot fail. So we want the best human resources available. So if you don't step up your game, it's up to you, my friend. I don't like threatening people. 3 keys to effective persuasion: the premise, the angle, the point. Do not bring up the point first. Start from the premise. Romance the client. Sell nothing to them. Sell nothing. Sell nothing to the client. Share experience. Be on the same page. Then hit them with the benefits. Then you can now tell them the point, which is you register your child. Who thinks they can persuade anybody now? Who is thinking I can persuade anybody? Hands down. The key is practice. You've learned it, practice it. On your way home, practice it. Me, I put myself in situations where I have to persuade. Not now anymore. I now know I can do it. But way back, I will always want to try. I like to negotiate. I like to be the one who's like, okay, I want to persuade you. So put yourself in position where you're constantly trying to persuade. Then you will master the skill of persuasion. The skill comes by. People ask me sometimes, oh, why do you know how to persuade so well? Were you born this way? I said, no. I mastered how to persuade. So you need to master it by practicing it constantly. And when you persuade a client, it doesn't work, blame yourself. Don't ever blame anything else. Blame you. Say, what didn't I do right? What areas should I have worked on? Was it the tone of my voice? Never blame anyone but yourself. You will see yourself get better and better and better. See, I am my worst critic. Me. I am my worst critic. At the point people talk, Development Channel is just a great company. I'm the one that said Development Channel is the worst run company I've ever seen. That's stuff they'll tell you. I said it. I said it's too disorganized. We're going to get it right. And this is the point. People were saying, hey, this company is so great. Me, I said, no, this company is disgusting. Why don't you like to make yourself feel bad? Why? Why always? I don't want to make myself feel bad. I shouldn't feel. Why? Why is your feeling so important to you? Feeling. What an idiot. Why do you care about feeling? Care about results, not feeling. Care about getting results. Don't care about the feeling. So tell yourself, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. I didn't close that. I didn't. And you start seeing where you made the mistake. You perfect. You see where you made mistake. You perfect. But if you don't tell yourself, I wasn't good enough, you don't change anything. You keep blaming the client. It's the client. People don't like the people. You just keep blaming somebody to typical African. Excuses. Oh, it's the phone. It's the computer. Talking on the phone is just nonsense. You blame you. You don't close the deal. You're like, something happened. And you will see yourself. You will get better. You will get better. You will get better. That's the only way to get better. Practice, blame yourself. Practice, blame yourself. Practice, blame yourself. Every time you practice, you don't like something, go back and don't even say the manager is going to listen to my. You listen yourself and say, I don't like the way I said this. This is why I lost that client. I guarantee you, if you can learn to do this, you will be a perfect person in persuasion. Who will blame themselves? This is the final thing I want to teach today. Blaming yourself. Africans don't like to do it. If I don't ask you to put your hand down, you don't put it down. Don't keep repeating the same thing all the time. Who will blame themselves? Who will make sure? Put your hands down. That's why you have mirror. You see, mirror, look at mirror. So you're like, I need to shave. See, the mirror tells you the truth. I need to cut my hair. This shirt doesn't fit this. The mirror is telling you. The same way you need to be the mirror into your presentation, your character, your persuasion. Be honest with yourself. That guy called Adam Smith. He said, man, know thyself. Not what people think about you, not what someone has an opinion. You yourself, what is your real assessment of you? And if you can have always a proper assessment of you, I guarantee you will get, what is the top? You will fly beyond the top. Because you will keep improving. You will see so many videos about people selling over the phone. We'll bring as many videos as possible. But most of them have to do with Wall Street. So we're going to release more videos. You have time to go inside training room, watch. We have manufactured about 5,000 new tablets. We're going to bring them in for UPAP. From next week, we'll start bringing them in. Because we have a deficiency with UPAP of around 4,000 or 3,000 something. But we have manufactured 5,000. That's more than the UPAP people that are with, the rest of them who are waiting. When those tablets come, we're going to give nothing less than 500 or 1,000 to all of you who don't have. And when we give it, when we give it to you, it's for you to use it for your work. Improve yourself. Get better. Get better. People are making a lot of money, my friend. Wall Street, people are making a lot of money. And you're working in a place where your leader knows how to get that money. I know how to get it. I'm a proven commodity. I'm not an experiment. So appraise yourself all the time. Get better. Improve yourself. Even your spiritual life. Ask yourself sincerely, how is my spiritual life? Improve it. Be honest with you. Improve it. If you drink too much, ask yourself, why do I drink too much? I need to slow down. For your health, for so many reasons. Look at me now, I'm off alcohol again. This is what I do. I take a break from that. Maybe 3 months again, I might drink again. You need to be watching yourself. Because I was drinking a bit. Hennessy always in my office drinking. I was like, nah, this is getting too much. So I slow down. Right now, I didn't even slow down. I've cut off alcohol. So always watch yourself and see areas you need improvement. Constantly improve. Constantly. Your performance, your character, your relationship with your spouse, your family, your children, your parents. Always be appraising yourself and say, how can I be better? Most of you like that guy, Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at how hard he works. People like Ronaldo. Nobody talks about how hard the guy works in training. How much he keeps improving himself. To improve yourself, premise, angle, and point, and improve yourself. Get very proficient with all your work tools. That computer is yours. That desk, mark it. We're not doing shift, so seize that desk. Get used to the computer. See, most of you are not even computer literate. That's the kind of how much we want to help with the recruitment, with the job creation. That's how much we want to help. We didn't say, oh, you're not computer literate, we don't want you. No. We know that most people are not. Because of the country you live in and the situation here, lack of exposure to IT, no jobs offering, private sector. See, the problem in Uganda is private sector weakness. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. There are not too many options of creative, innovative things going on. So there are no jobs. So now we've given you an opportunity, and we don't care whether you're computer literate, you're this, you're that, you're not qualified. We're giving you the opportunity. Why? Because you're from this country, you're an African, you also deserve a chance. So when you sit there, you get used to all the instruments around you. Get familiar with the computer. If you don't know how to use it, you ask someone to teach you. They have technical support people here. Stay late after your shift, learn how to use the computer. Don't spend time watching videos. Don't be a fool. You're too old for those kind of things. Spend your time developing yourself. Learning how does it work. Where do I punch? Ask. Nobody will laugh at you. I guarantee you that. If they laugh at you, it's okay to ignore them. Say, I want to learn how this. How do I turn on this? If you don't know how to turn on, you don't. Say, I don't know how to turn it on. It's okay. If you don't know how to turn, okay, how do I do this? What's escape sign? If those IT people don't help you, report them to me. Report. Lord is going to create a forum for us tomorrow. I think Facebook forum. Then we'll start adding all of you there. Just write whatever you want there, my friend. Write this IT person here insulted me and asked for God. We will fire the person right away. You need help, you ask. You want extra training, you got it yourself. They train you here. Because our commitment is to make sure that you become very skilled at what you do. So from your desk to your computer, your internet, the headset, the redirect platform is the most important. That thing has to be like, you have to know everything about redirect platform. I don't know, more than your Facebook, you have to know that platform. Make sure you are logged into it as an analyst. You have your ID, you have whatever, and you know how to use it. Your salary, that platform. Your commission, that platform. Everything you're doing is that platform. It's a very transparent organization. You will see your money there by yourself with your name. You withdraw it. Everything, you will see how we operate. Very transparent. Nothing like coming to meet somebody to pay you, somebody didn't pay you. Not nonsense, nothing like that. In fact, we built a platform that makes it possible for me to just sit in the UK and still run this organization. But I don't want to go and sit in the UK. I want to stay here. But that's how we build the platform. It functions. People can log in from Nigeria, do business with us, go away. Somebody in Malawi can log in, do business, go away. Somebody in Kenya is not limited. It's not like people say, oh, they want to run. Run to where? We're online, my friend. The platform is online. It's accessible globally. So get very proficient, meaning improve yourself on how to use your computer, how to use the platform, how to use the headset, how to say the script. It starts tomorrow, guys. And I'll be telling you, you see how transparent we are. I'll be telling you how much we're making as a company, what we're investing here and there, what our plan is. There's no point I will not carry you through. No point. You can't be ignorant. You will know everything happening here. We don't run that kind of business. I can tell you we made $1 billion and I'm going to take $700 million. What will you do? No, answer me. What will you do? Huh? I can't hear. So I'm going to say it like you mean it. You can't do nothing, my friend. Nothing. So why should I deceive you and lie to you and fool you? And for what? When I can literally tell you, hey, yeah, 700, I took it. So we're going to be very transparent, know that. Learn the redirect platform. Get conversant with your work tools. They say the bad workman quarrels with his tools. You say, this is not working. No, it's working. You don't know how to use it. Say, I don't know how to use it. Don't say it's not working. You see, always blame you first. You. Say, I don't think I know how to use this thing. Can you? Don't say, oh, this is not working. You see, this is how you guys always approach. You like to blame something, somebody else. You like to transfer the blame. I'm going to summarize today with compensations for tomorrow. The compensations from tomorrow. Now understand this organization. Nothing is static. One day I'll teach you on dynamism. I think it's a thing Uganda, especially Ugandans, need to learn. That word, dynamism. You don't know. Uganda has no idea that such a word even exists. We're a very dynamic organization. In fact, there is no real private sector company in Western world that is not dynamic. It's impossible. You have to be dynamic, my friend. Dynamic simply means you're not static. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly evolving. There's new strategies, new all the time. Something new is going on. That's how we are here. So even if I announce compensation now, I guarantee you 2 months from now it has changed. It's only in Uganda where they want to do what their father, their grandfather told their father and their father told, they're doing the same thing since only here. I told the Capital Markets Authority, I said, listen, face to face, I said, listen, we sell tablets, but we want to also give people financial support for buying. This is what we desire as a company to do. They said, but you can't do it. I said, what do you mean? People are suffering. We want to help them. They say, no, either you sell the tablet or you sell share. You have to come and become publicly traded, register, become public company, then you can sell share. I said, no, you're not listening. We want to help people who bought tablet. We're not trying to sell a share. They said, no. Only two ways. Either you sell share or you sell tablet. That's called being dogmatic. It's called what? Dogmatic, myopic, dogmatic, lack of dynamism. I told him, be open. Let's find a middle ground that will also make you look CMA, you know what you're doing. It will make you look important to society, that you participated and you found a legal framework to protect those people who are buying the tablet. That you just come and play a role in this setup. They said, no. The only way to work, either you go public or you sell only the tablet. And they're the ones leading Uganda. Leading you to where? Unfortunately, you can never stop me for what I want to do. You cannot. So I ignored them. And what? What did I do? I ignored them. Because it will give me a lot of joy when we send that money every month. All of you now know we're going to make the money, don't you? Hello? Do you know we're going to make that money? You now know we're going to make it, right? What is so bad that we just send some to some families every month? What is so bad? Why is that a crime? So compensations. This is the part that should interest you if you're me. When I was in your shoes, this is all I want to hear. Hear the training, hear how much I'm going to get. I don't have time for anything else. I will go home and do my job. When I was like me as a work, I don't discuss with colleagues. I don't do that thing. I just listen to what they're saying at the top, and I follow and I do what I deliver. Where I entered in America, black people don't go there. Me. Where I've entered in this world, black people don't near the environment. And they'll say, hi, Charles, how are you? You're welcome. Come sit down. Why? I don't mess around. I don't do those kind of, we finish a meeting now, then you gather yourself here. And start saying, hey, what do you think about? Hey, for what? This is typical what you people do here. Then the one that was being said to you by the person who is speaking, you didn't listen. It's the one that the person standing by the corner who might be sleeping during the meeting is the one you're listening to. What a fool you are. When I used to do consulting, I did consulting for 8 years in the U.S. for your information. When I used to do consulting, I could be in Atlanta on a consulting mission, and I'm going to be there for 6 months. And some company says, oh, I want him to come to our organization, and they're in Florida. And they'll say, well, he's on assignment for 6 months. These are white people that own major corporations in the U.S. They will say, oh, Charles is stuck somewhere else. Okay, we will wait for him. You didn't hear? They'll do what? We'll wait. They said, no, but he could be, it might take 4 months. Let's send you another consultant. They said, no, we will wait. And 99.9% of all the consultants, top level business in the U.S. are white. But then the white people that own the corporation will say, no, we're going to wait for Mr. Lambert. You don't understand. A corporation to wait for you for 3 months, 4 months, and their business is in trouble. They need strategic help. And they would rather be in trouble just for only you to come. My friend, try and distinguish yourself. And you cannot distinguish yourself if you listen to people gathering, colleagues talking. Anytime you see yourself in a clique, know that you're already on the way down. Anytime you see yourself where people stand together and start talking, you're already going down. Why? Everything you do is a function of the knowledge that you receive or the information that you get. So if you expose yourself to stupid information by hanging around with some bunch of losers and listening to what they're saying. One of my quotes, I think, is here. He said, the words of failures are reproductive capsules. They create more losers. Hello? The words of failures are what? Failures. People that are failures. And they're all over here now. In this meeting, there are many of them here. They're a bunch of losers. They've come here to work in development channel. They're here. You will start hearing them. This job, this phone thing doesn't work in Africa. Talking to people on the phone, it doesn't work. The woman says she wants to come to our office. That's what they will start saying. That person is what? That's a loser. That's a loser. Instead of them to look at themselves and say, why am I losing like I've taught tonight? They will not start making comments to you. This thing doesn't work. Maybe on your way home. And you foolishly go and join them in that trip going home and listen to what they're saying. Their words are like reproduction. They are reproductive capsules. Those words they're speaking. They are going to go inside you and turn you to a loser. The Bible says, take heed what you hear. Take heed. Like, be careful. Like, hey, I don't want to hear that. Take heed. Watch what you're hearing. Don't have itching ears to hear nonsense. Because the words of failures. Somebody works in this company and wants to talk to you. Tell them, how many sales did you do yesterday? Huh? What's the question? How many deals did you close? How much did you make like yesterday? If the person doesn't have anything impressive, I say, please, I don't want to listen to you. I want to hear from somebody who is making this 1 million shillings daily. Anybody that has an opinion comes to you with an opinion here, ask them, how much did you make yesterday? They say, sorry. I don't want to listen to you because your words are what? Reproductive capsules. They are going to turn me to a loser. So I need to run away from you. Bye-bye. This is the attitude that made me successful, my friend. I'm just sharing my life with you. This is the attitude that gave me every open door I've had in my life. One of my quotes again says, you can't clap the way they do and expect yours to be louder. What does that mean? Anytime you see yourself joining the multitude, you are going to be nothing but a non-entity. You cannot be distinguished. Stop following people. Stop following crowd. Follow you. You like gather yourself here. By the time you lose the job, the person won't contact you again. Maybe WhatsApp message 1 day, 2 days, and that. Africans, people are so silly. You value friendship over your actual profession. Like you put the relationship with a person you just met in a job higher than your actual job. I've spent the day because you start tomorrow. I'm clean. I will still be coming. But the way I like to come is once a week, talk to you, teach you something new, bring a new program, new direction, be happy, have party. This company is all about party, my friend. And don't ever say, oh, your company spend too much money on party. God, let me know. Is it your money? Why do you talk nonsense? We party here. Life is too short. You have to do what? We'll make billions of dollars. Our children will come and enjoy. No, let's enjoy where we are. Yeah, that's my mentality. So I believe in happy hour. Ask Shamila. I've been bothering her. Give me a bill that gives 1,000 staff good happy hour. She's still running around trying to get the bill down. That's how we want to. Once she gives me that bill, I have a idea of what the flat rate is. Watch party. You will party till you tire. And for those of you who think you're holier than thou, parties are compulsory here. And somebody say, oh, you think I'm joking? They're not. See, why are they compulsory? Because the Bible says there is time for everything. Compensations. And remember, the issue of T-shirts so important, and that should begin right away. Everybody who has, start wearing. Oliver, meet with me. Let's find out the cost. We don't want to charge. We don't charge. Anytime you hear something as stupid as someone say you should pay for something as a staff, please tell the person to go and kiss their grave. Yeah. One lady that came here to work for us, HR, started bringing up people have to pay 20K to register for one Ugandan government, whatever. Anything we have to pay like that, we pay it as a company. We don't charge you to pay for that. Whoever does that somewhere is an idiot. If you value your human resource, you pay what they need. It's as simple as that. So we don't do that. T-shirt too, the same thing. No, none of those things do you pay for. The issue of food here is suspended from tomorrow. No food at all. We can't sell food here. So no food. If you want to eat lunchtime, you go find where you're going to eat anywhere, just like any other company. We're only going to watch that for about 2-3 days. Then we'll get an idea of how much really the meals will cost. Remember, we're giving free food when our staff were just 50-something, 60. Now it's 1,000, almost 400. By the time we add you analysts, it's 1,250. Then we add the support staff. Then we add the TD house. The TD house is where we make the videos and the apps. And then where me I sit. By the time we add all those people, we're talking about 1,400 people that work here. So we can't just go from feeding 50 and say we're going to now feed 1,000. No, we're going to watch and make sure that it's something we can do. When you walk from 1st, 2nd, around the 3rd of August, so only 3 days of you eating outside, we should have come up with a very solid plan because you deserve at least 2 meals while you're here for that amount of time. You deserve, yeah. Yeah, you deserve 2 meals, and you also deserve not just the meals, with drinks, with water, with Coke, whatever. So that we don't want to, anything to do with anyone paying for something here is banned. I think I warned Harriet before. In fact, Harriet got me, because I think I saw someone. Do they sell something here? They sell. Where's Harriet? Where is she? You see what I'm telling you about Africans? I have never given instruction for anyone to sell anything here. We don't sell something to our staff. Well, from tomorrow, if you see anything they are selling, say you want to buy, take it and pay nothing. So in the next 3 days, we will now evaluate. And then I will meet with those, only if I want to meet those people supplying that food. Yeah, I want to meet them. We want to discuss. And then we'll get the thing to what. If we don't like what they're doing, we will go and get a building here and turn the whole building to where they cook food. You want to play with me? Yeah, food is important. We took a building here and turned it to a clinic, right? We have you guys, all of us will go and commission that clinic and then party for the clinic. That clinic is not time for that, but we're going to launch the clinic with a campaign against STD in Uganda. It's too much STD in this country. Why is everything so funny? Yeah, we're going to campaign against STD. We're going to help young people to understand. Uganda is a hypocritical society. People will have STD and not even say. In fact, you see somebody in Uganda who actually is a single mother acting like a virgin. So you see, in that kind of society, where people are not even honest with themselves, like with your own self, you are lying to you. So imagine the level of STD. We're going to compare STD. I will personally reduce that thing. Me, personally, I will take it down. It's too much. Because here in Uganda, I see one pretty girl like, hey, then my mind goes, STD. I say, okay, hello. So that clinic will be open with our campaign against STD. It's too much. Compensation. Who is ready for that? Who is ready? Hands down. This is the beginning. It's the beginning. It's just ACPA. Real things are coming, my friend. Real things. You will do one transaction in this building. That transaction will give you $10,000. I'm coming to that. You watch me. You will do what? How many? And it will give you what? That time is coming too. Motherfucker say amen. Mm-hmm. All right, so what do we want from you? Number one, 20 calls per hour. We already said that yesterday. Now you have 12 hours in the shift. It's 9 to 9. I made it 9 because some of you are not at me. I'm not an early bird. So I want no reason why you're late. If we say 8 in the morning, a lot of people will be coming late, waking up, whatever. So we said 9. And 9 is standard American working time. 9. UK, 9. France, 9. Canada, 9. Germany, 9. Most developed countries, the work starts when? So we're giving you 9 a.m., meaning you can't come here by 15 past. The latest is 10 past. You're late, 10 minutes is okay. From 15 minutes, the problem. 9 to 9 p.m. is a bit much, I won't lie, but we're just starting. So you need to pay the price of the 12 hours. The same way the Kickstarters paid the price of the 12 hours in the very beginning. This is another new beginning, a bigger beginning for us. So you're going to pay the price of the 12 hours, my friend. I feel no pity for you. When you pay that price for about 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then we can start reconsidering how to reduce the hours and increase the shift and all that. For your information, you will find out too that you can call from home, but we don't want you to do that. For the first 6 months, you're going to be here 9 to 9. So that the discipline, the training, the change, the character molding, everything we have to offer, you will go through it before we can literally leave you. Now, every project that we're going to do in Africa will come from here. The management will come from you people. So, Mbarara project is the only one you might not be involved because it's going on right now. I already have a team doing it. But any other project, we want to buy a bank, we're going to buy almost all the bank. Every African country, we're going to buy a bank there. Okay. You put that. If we're in the process of buying a bank, it's people from here that we're going to team up as the team, go to Senegal, go to Gambia, go here, negotiate this bank we're buying. We're doing a project, another factor is from here. So while you're in the call center, the revenue is being generated, massive project, and you are standing, there's project management training from here. We can't get people from outside. We're the ones making the money. Huh? So who should do the project? Very simple. 20 calls per hour. From tomorrow, we want you to give us 7 conversions per hour, not 10. How many? When you get better, maybe a week from now. I want to break something down to you, very important. The first 7 days of the August, the job begins tomorrow. Like I said, anything you are doing between February, when we dissolved the company in the Itiri house, and started renovating, painting, doing that, getting this building, that whole period from that February till now, we've been doing nothing. It starts again tomorrow. The company now starts tomorrow, really. And from that tomorrow, because it's too early, because you just started the job, we're just asking you to make sure you aim for 7 conversions per hour. That means out of the 12 hours you're here, 2 goes to lunch, our training, whatever. You taking a break. You can take a break. You can literally be like, I've been on the phone too long. You can come out here and sit down and stretch your leg. Just be an adult. I want a break, 10 minutes, you can go upstairs, sit down, get some air. It's okay. So break and all those things, having lunch, 2 hours of the 12, we assume it to be gone. So you have 10 hours. Out of the 10 hours, 7 conversions per hour. That is 70 conversions per day. That's called machine work, my friend. That's, you finish with one client, you call the next one. You don't have any minute you're coming out. You're bam, bam, bam. That's how you're pushing. This is what we want from you starting tomorrow. Make 20 calls per day. Convert 20 calls per hour. That's 200 calls per day. And not, when we say 200 calls, we're not talking about the calls for referral. Doesn't count. It's the sales call we're talking about. You make so many referral calls. There's a new slight addition to the pitch for all of you. That's when you're just calling to get you. You call someone, you say, hey, we have a program for parents. Can I get numbers of parents that you know? Or some just referral calls. That doesn't count. It's the sales call that we're talking about. The actual pitch where you explain ACPA using premise, angle, and point, and persuading a parent. 20 per hour. They're documenting all of you online. We want to be paperless going forward. Our game from tomorrow is we want to be a paperless company. No paper. No paper. So what does that mean, no paper? It means, like for instance, now I've told them to register all of you online. You get your pay slip in your redirect platform. You get your salary. Everything is on. There is nothing like paper. Nobody will come and fill your form on a piece of paper. No, you fill your details to work as a staff online. You will see what is called 21st century company here. So here is it. From tomorrow, your salary as a business development analyst is 1 million shillings. For the analyst. For the BDM is 2 million shillings per month. Anybody who is not involved in the calling, what's her name? Janet, I want to see a list of people who are not involved in calling. If you're not calling, you don't, like, we need to know why. Who are you? It means those in the Itiri house, they're not calling. That means they're not making us any money. So why are they getting money? We need to know why. Are they IT support? What are they supporting? Because they cannot, you can't be making money and we're using it to pay. Are you following what I'm talking about? So the operation staff is going to be extremely scrutinized. Who are they? Nigerians call it monkey the walk, baboon the chop. We can't do that here. Yeah, nothing like monkey the walk, baboon the chop. So we look at the operations people very critically. That's the list I want to look at. Because there's no salary for them right now. That's why I brought this up. Salary now is analyst 1 million, BDM 2 million. These are people that we know that work here, that are fighting the economic war. Analyst BDM, that's it. If you're not analyst BDM, we want to know what you do. What do you do? Now, as an analyst, your 1 million salary, it hangs on making sure that 25% of the overall target for the month, 25%, nothing to do with 50, not all of it. You must be around 25% mark in your performance. That's it. If you're not around 25% mark, it means you didn't even come to work, you didn't do nothing, you don't get the 1 million. They might give you minimum wage, and bye-bye. It's a very easy salary to earn. 25%, that's nothing. And if you say 25%, it means even 20% we might let you pass. I'm still paying. So there's no way you don't get that 1 million. So leave that one alone. As long as you do your work, you're going to get your 1 million. 25% is nothing. In fact, I will even say 20 to 25. So those that manage the platform, where are they? I just saw them now. Paul and Co. Yeah. So when you are putting this, see, these targets, we fix it inside that platform. Nobody comes to change. Nobody, you don't need to go and meet someone to argue about your money. It's fixed there. So as you're performing, the system calculates based on what we have said now and pays you inside the platform. Then you withdraw your money to your pocket. Who likes that? Hands down, exactly. That's what we do. Now, here's the interesting part. Salary we have mentioned. Here's the interesting part. Commission. If you meet your daily target, your commission is different if you don't. If you meet your daily, because we want to make sure people are striving to meet their daily target. If you don't meet it, you lose money. So if you meet your daily target of 70, you're going to get 15,000 shillings on each one. You're going to make 1,050,000 shillings per day. The BDM, whose job is to make sure that the analysts are performing, they are making the right calls, monitoring the calls of the analysts over the phone, gets 5K on every transaction. BDM, let me show you the BDM one. Very shocking stuff. If the BDM's entire team meets their target, the BDM makes actually 8 million shillings for the day. How much? For what? And your 25 people meet 70 per day. BDM working 80. But if they don't meet the target, yeah, BDM still makes what? I think 2K. If your whole team doesn't meet the target for the day, BDM makes 2K, whatever the team made. So the BDM definitely makes nothing less than 1 million shillings every day. 1.5, 2 million. Which is why the BDM seat is hot. If we don't like you there, we'll throw you out and put someone there. Now, if you do less than the required conversion for the day, you get 10K on each one. So you lose 5K. So advice to you is, when you come here, forget drama. Stay on the phone, talk to clients, close your deal, have your meal, go home. As you're meeting this target, you'll see tablets will come into your hand. SUV will enter your hand. I guarantee you those things. Apartment will go into your hand. And the issue of apartment is pissing me off because we're looking for apartment. We can't find nice, decent apartments in Kampala. There are not many. What kind of apartment I want to give someone? I can't see them. And when we need something we can't see, then we create it. So we have to start building very soon. Who wants to start building some apartments here? I like your spirit. That's it. Yeah. That's my attitude to things. I look for something, I can't find it. I just create it by myself. Who likes their compensation? You don't like it? If you don't like it, God help you. It's a very good compensation. It's where we're going to start with this ACPA campaign from tomorrow. And I was explaining, the first 7 days, you're calling only Uganda. So tomorrow, why? We want you to get familiar with the process. If you see yourself deviating to a native language it's okay. But stick to the pitch. Stick to the pitch. If the person understands a native language, it's fine to speak a native language. But stick to the same thing you would have said in English. Don't deviate from the script because it's a native language. So we'll start from Uganda for only 7 days. You have 7 days of enjoyment, talking to people in Uganda. After 7 days, we'll tell you it's about 11 or 13 countries. They'll start speaking to people in Nigeria. Nigeria is our most important market in development channel. Nigeria is what? Yeah. Better know that now. Which is why you must be skilled, because Nigerians, taking money out of them is very hard if you're not skilled. They're very intelligent. They're very intelligent. I'm telling you, these people, they're smart. They read, they're exposed to knowledge. If you don't come at them with proper intelligence, you can't get nothing from them, Nigerians. And Nigeria is the most important market. Why? It's the largest economy in Africa. It's Africa's largest economy. It's larger than South Africa's economy. Secondly, it's the most populated. 1 out of 5 black people are from Nigeria. So if you don't capture Nigeria, forget about black people. You didn't capture anything there. 1 out of 5. Nigerians in diaspora are more than 20 million. Nigerians in America are more than 6 million. So you better prepare your mind to be on the phone talking to a lot of Nigerians in your life. When we say Africa, 20% of that word is one country, Nigeria. And you will have a chance to engage Nigerians 7 days from now. Ghanaians, you will engage them. Kenyans, you will engage them on the phone. So for the first 7 days, use Uganda and practice. I personally, I want to take money from Africa and put inside Uganda for now. No, don't clap for me. That's just what I want to do personally. So you must help me with that 7 days from now. We will sell a CPA to all those people. We're not just taking their money. We're giving them a wonderful product. We're going to take that money and we're going to build that factory in Mbarara. Today, I've only told them how to make the factory very quick. The guy buying the land is leaving in about 2 days. And then once we get it, we'll graze it down. We'll bring a bunch of, what's that thing called? Containers from Mombasa. We'll convert the containers to offices and assembly plants and all that before we start building something more permanent. Why do we want to do it like that? Because October is very near. So we must manufacture some phones here before October. Who is going to make all this possible? Hands down. Who is going to win this war? Hands down. I'm beginning to like you already. Any concern you have, just know that if you bring it up, it will be addressed. Don't murmur, complain. The BDM is not the company. You see, the company here is me. My name is Charles Lambert. I'm the company. If I'm not the one that mistreated you, don't listen to anything. Bring it to me. Find a way to send the message. This is what happened. I will address that, and I guarantee you, I hate injustice with a passion. Nobody will mistreat you here. Those people that do all those things who were here before you were the ones that began the company. Tell them to shut up. This company began 7 years ago. One day I will tell you the story of what happened. Blew up. We started opening offices across Africa. Nigerian government now became very threatened. That's how we folded the whole thing. Then I had to go back to the UK. Then I came back the second time. The Lord was very clear. Don't go there again. So that's how I came here. So I don't want you to be intimidated by somebody who says, we're the one that began the company and start to people. Don't let anybody intimidate you here. You have as much right as anybody. Enough of that nonsense. You work here. They will give you a contract by email tomorrow. I told them what to do. You will see all these things spelled in your contract, sent to your mail, saved there, inside your redirect, whatever. You have as much right as anybody does. Your staff. Do your job, do your targets, deliver your numbers, go away. Don't let nobody treat you like a second class. There's nothing like second class here. I hate that thing with a passion. Second class. Who told you that? Who are you? And it's a typical African thing. Little thing, they start forming cliques. We're better than the rest of the people. No, you're not. So anything that is your concern, don't murmur. Don't start telling people here and there. Just bring it up straight to management. Make sure it gets to me. And it will be solved right away. So in the next 3 days, we'll decide about the food and we'll start feeding. Make sure you have ID card. Make sure you start getting T-shirts. We want to be in that academic environment. That's why I keep insisting on the T-shirt. We want to be in that youthful academic mindset, the mindset for learning. T-shirt puts you in that mindset for learning. Makes you feel like you're a young person again. On your computer mindset, we need to put you in that mindset. Who has been blessed today? Wonderful. We're going to stand up. This is a business environment, so I don't really like to bring too much Christian stuff. But I just want us to take one worship song. The essence of this worship song is for you to ask the Lord to come and help you from tomorrow. You ask him to come and help you from tomorrow. Let his grace be strong. The Bible says he's the one that works in us to will and to do. Meaning, even that client, God is the one that works in their hearts to do. So you need him, is what I'm telling you. Let's just spend 5 minutes now. We're going to worship. Please, please worship. Please. Please. This is not a church. We don't do the worship. And if it's a church, you say it's just church tradition. We don't think it's not a church. It's a sincere send worship to the Lord. Ask him. Tomorrow is August 1. Father, from tomorrow going forward, I want my life to start growing this way, that way, financially especially. El Shaddai, Elohim, and Adonai, age to age, you're still the same. By the power of your name, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elohim, and Adonai, I will praise and lift you high. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Elohim, and Adonai, age to age, you're still the same. By the power of your name, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, a guy that interviewed me from Manifesto many months ago. He asked me a question. He said, well, people are always talking about, if we're going to do development project, you need a lot of money. What do you say about that? And I told him, I know somebody called the all-sufficient God. He's able to provide whatever that we need. I want you to worship that all-sufficient God. The meaning of El Shaddai is all-sufficient. Look at me. I just told you we are going to open a factory in Mbarara. I'm not even giving you detail. That factory, my plan, is going to employ 65,000 people. I want to use one factory and take Dangote out as the highest employer of labor. One factory. He's going to employ 65,000 people. And right now, we don't have a dime to make that a reality. But then we have something called what? The all-sufficient God. As we're buying the land this week, money will come. As we're bringing the container, money will come. As we're putting the parts together, money will come. Because we have the all-sufficient God. And his name is El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. Elohim. Elohim. Age to age, you're still the same. My Lord. By the power of your name. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. If you worship him, he will be all sufficient for you. He will be all sufficient for you. If you worship him. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. El Shaddai. Elohim Adonai. Age to age, you're still the same. By the power of your name. Oh, El Shaddai. My Lord, El Shaddai. Oh, Elohim and Adonai. I will praise and lift you high. El Shaddai. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the second day of the induction training. We thank you for the wonderful people you have blessed us with. People with a yearning heart for change in their lives and in their country. People with a yearning heart to fight this economic war and win it. People who are ready to work and determine. We thank you for the matured people that I see all around here. We thank you for the willing people that have submitted themselves to say, I want to do this. It's a privilege to have these people here. It's an honor, Lord, that you touch their hearts to support our organization as staff. Father, we thank you for the 2 days. We bless your name for what we have learned so far. We thank you for teaching us about how to persuade and how to self-evaluate ourselves all the time. Father, we bless you. All these things we cannot do on our own. So we ask you, El Shaddai, be with us, help us, support us, guide us to profitability so that your name alone will be exalted. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Africa! 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 Economic war! Good night, everybody. Start your work tomorrow, right?